Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on who's you day. This is the weekly program delivering on the promises of the new direction, where government at work media team the bring to public on developmental achievements under the new direction for the week 27th to the 31st July 2020. The first one we got this week, we see the launching of the health insurance. As we all know how corona do affect the world and the sacrifices where the health workers them don't do, well, from past experience of Ebola, how the health workers then left out, President Bio this time don't launch life insurance policy for the COVID-19 health workers. President give check to then doctor that we don't lost their life, about 257 million euros each to the doctors that we don't lost their life during this corona alone. Then he also give 11 billion loans to the national insurance company for cover life insurance for 11,000 nurses them nationwide for the period up to 2021. The health workers then gladly for this and say this is the motivation for sacrifice for do them job fine one. Inside this week again we see the president launch the sexual offense court. Rape na common thing as salon. For the past years, they would only see rape cases and go high one. The president and IWF take on this for make sure the rape business stop in the country. We see the first lady launch different programs them in the country from where a man can have power. It gets the one in the hands of our girls and so many other ones them. This week, we see the president, through the courts, don't form first ever the sexual offences courts for help deal with sexual crimes them fast one. So, any sexual crime we come, you not go waste time again, the courts go get for deal with them, quick one, as then get a special court for that. We see again this week here, we say the president and woman then donate ships them to we Muslim people them. We all know say Salon are one of the country where they practice religious tolerance so much. The president when a Catholic and in West when a Muslim, they come together for help the religion in time of needs. This week, as the Muslim then they celebrate the Eid ul-Adha, where then say Dunke Sali, the president and IWF give 300 sheep them and envelope them with small money to them mosques there and households in the western area. Again, inside this week, we see the president make appointments. Well, we all know say from where president win election, we mining sector don't do very little for boost the economy. This week, we see the president appoint a very young people them. One man we then call Timothy Kaba, he appointed as the Minister of Mines, and one woman we then call Mrs. Harding, he appointed as the Deputy Minister of Mines. Well, Parliament be really full up as we see inside this week, where Timothy Kaba and Mrs. Harding appear before Parliament for approval. Well, the people then gladly, they say, then two people there and people then way, then believe say, we can change a lot in the mining sector as alone they look forward for see what then we can do. Inside this week here again, we see who say the man Mr. Mohamed Kone, where President Widow appointed last week for be the NEC boss. As we all know say NEC, that then they in charge of all elections in the country. Well, Mr. Mohamed Kone be appear before Parliament with lawmakers them, where finally after so much argument they end up for appoint him because he fit and qualify for the position. Well, after an appointment day, approval day, we see a come now office to the president and state house who say he can take an oath of office, so it go begin in work one time as we all know say we get so many half elections the way they for take care of. Inside this week, we see Usai, the president, recognized the ambassador, the United States ambassador to Sierra Leone. As President Biona Posiwe, a highly respected, and it gets so much support from international community because of his hard work and sincerity. Well, inside this week, we still see the president show appreciation to the American ambassador, na Salon, Maria Brewer. He award them the Order of the Republic of Sierra Leone, when one of the top awarded na Salon, as it bid farewell to the woman, the ambassador, where they left Salon for go back to America. Inside this week again, me fumble them. And they take una go international, as we don't get more by the national news than the development that will happen. Inside the international news, we don't happen at Salon, we see who say the president, where he take office, he embark, he be the worker boku for going to other countries there. People they not be like than they. Then say the president they travel boku. But if the president not be the travel, a problem more me fambulem, because the first time government they be done damage the image of a country. Pata. So President Bio be need for go and travel and change our perception there about the country. Well, it's like for saying now travel in the country, president be the travel, it don't help you now a lot. Because now we see every week in, week out. We see donors them, partners them, then they support the country with heavy money. And this not so because someone want for support to, now because of the country in economic policies them. The dedicated staff headed by the Minister of Finance, J.J. Safa, now the Ministry of Finance. Then donors they are just the GIWI grants them as the NCC, the country responsible for handle the money business. And this now for let them help for boost the economy of the country. As we see inside this week, $300 million and give for 6 countries then. And Salon now one part the country that will benefit $25 million from that money there. Inside the same week again, we see them give sober money over $30 million. Then give say for boost the economy because of Corona. And that money there now for small business enterprises there. So people that they do business go able and back on the business, so Salon economy go boost back. As I take una go at the other parts of the development that will happen at the country this week, we see inside this week where the Minister of Finance, the hard-working J.J. Safa, he appeared before Parliament for go read the supplementary budget where Parliament no waste time for approve, because they believe say the minister they do in work very well, and he will convince them for let them know say this budget here na will go help the country for sustainable development, and the country and economy go stable fine one. Inside this week again, me fambu them, we see the agriculture ministry is themselves not left at all, and this na area where the president na in human capital development area. We see themselves come, then bring 150 tractors them out of the 250 tractors the way them plan for come with. Well, this na for can help for boost the agricultural sector. As we all know, say agriculture that's where the president want for boom sober one. Inside this week again, we see the man of the moment when every week a name they come up now with weekly development programs there. Now Monday, well, we found Buddha when I was Sabiana na Kanja Sise. Kanja Sise don't they make headlines inside every week, in and out. Well, this week again, we see people them be glad for them. For the first time, it go give transformer na battles. Battles we done over 200 years. They're not waiting a light safe. Now, Alaji Kanja Sise don't go give them transformer and battles safe. They can begin their light. When we fumble them, now this we get for now this week. Until next week again, we are go bring una waiting government don't do. This now una favorite program where me una presenter the bring to una. I wish una a lovely week and thank you very much again.